Hi Year 8, it's Miss Beatty here. I've just put together this little video to talk you through all the different parts of the violin. As you can see, a violin has many different parts and each of them are really important in how it produces the sound and all of the different notes. I'm going to talk you through each different part and hopefully you'll be able to use this video to answer task 2. So let's get started. As you can see, the violin is made mostly from wood. There are lots of different types of wood, but everything is just glued together. There's no screws or nails in the violin or anything because those would rattle about. And whenever things were vibrating, they would vibrate as well, and it wouldn't create the lovely and beautiful sound of the violin. If we go up to the top here, you can see we've got a lovely decorative scroll. Okay, this is used to be that the woodworkers who were making it showed their skill, and now it's just a lovely decorative piece. Beside that, we have got the 4 black tuning pegs, and those are attached, if I go a little bit closer, you might be able to see, into the strings, and they keep the strings in the right tension, so it's nice and tight. We use those to make sure that the strings start off in the right notes. And each of the 4 strings you can see here have a different note. We learned about that last week. We've got G, D, A, and E. And hopefully you were able to hear each of them getting a little higher there as I went across them. Moving down, we've got the main belly here of the violin, and you can see hopefully the violin is quite hollow. Inside we have got a sound post, and that helps with the vibrations, and that then pushes the sound that is created by those vibrations back up through these, which are called the F holes. The bridge is also really important in keeping the strings tight. It keeps the strings lifted up off the belly of the violin and makes sure the player can move their bow across that. We'll talk about the bow in a little second. Make sure that they can move it freely. Also, to help that, it gets a little bit skinnier here. This is what we call the waist of the violin, the part where it's skinniest. And again, that helps the player to move the bow without it bashing off the sides or the belly of the instrument and making the not nice sound. Again, as we go down here, we've got the tailpiece, and it's the tailpiece because it looks like a tail. And we have got some little fine tuners. The little fine tuners are these little small things that twist, that adjust the tuning of the strings ever so slightly. Finally, we've got the chin rest, which is here. This is the part that the player puts underneath their chin and they rest their chin on it, as it says and suggests a chin rest, so that they can balance the violin, make it secure as they play. This black bit is the fingerboard, and this is where the players put their fingers, and each one that has a different position for a different note. If you watch the little clip of the person playing the violin at the end of this video, you will hopefully see. Over here then we have got the bow, and this is what the player uses. They can, as we learned last week, pluck the strings, but here we have got the bow. The bow is made from horsehair. And then at the very end, we have got this, which is a little frog, is what it's called. And it helps to keep all of the hairs lovely and straight and not tangled. What the player does is the player puts a little bit of rosin, which is like a sticky material, to create a little bit of friction. And that will help them to play. So, to recap, at the top, we've got the scroll, the tuning pegs, the 4 strings, the fingerboard, down to the belly, the F holes, the bridge, the tailpiece and fine tuners, and the chin rest. I hope you found this video good and that you will be able to use it now to complete task 2.